Please, let's mute our mic as we join the meeting, please. If we're not talking now, if we're not to speak now, just mute your mic. When you are to speak, you can unmute and speak. So we're in the segment of introduction. So I was introducing our Zonal Vice President in person of Dr. Theodore ENUGU. Okay. He is our Zonal Vice President representing the Southeast Zone in the country here in Nigeria. Doctor, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Welcome, ambassadors.
All right. Dr. Oke is one of the governing council members that is here with us. Apart from him, we have our president in council, Dr. Olotodun. He is not here with us, but he is our president in council. And then we have other zonal vice presidents. We have Dr. Engineer Aliu representing Northwest. And then we have Dr. Song representing Northeast. We have Dr. Malum representing South-South. And we have Alhaji Mohammed representing North Central. So these are the governing council members, and then myself, I am the secretary to the governing council, secretary in council. So thank you very much. And then part of the management teams, we have Janet Michael, she's the director of media and information. Is also with us in this meeting. And then I am the registrar of the institute. I also am part of the management team. So thank you very much, and I welcome all of you for today's meeting. So I'm going to give all the inductees the opportunity to introduce themselves. So you unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and where you are joining us from for this online induction this morning. So can you unmute yourself and then introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning all. I'm Reverend Jimmy Olugbade, and I'm joining from Warri, Delta State.
Mr. Jimmy, you're welcome, sir.
Good morning, all. My name is Jolie Samuel. I'm joining from Karem Lamido, Taraba State.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Emmanuel Umaru. I'm joining from Bamenda, Cameroon.
You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ambassador James Olubowumi from Enugu, Oyo State, Nigeria.
So when we confer you
welcome,
with another ambassadorial title today, then you have double ambassadorial titles. That's good. Well done, sir. Next person.
You're blessed. Thank you, sir.
All right. Next person.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Promise. I'm joining from Bamenda, Cameroon.
Okay, you came to witness and also to celebrate with Dr. Emmanuel, right?
Yes, sir. He's my father and teacher.
All right, that's good. You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Promise. All right. Next person.
All right. My name is Dr. Victor Bassi. Presently, I'm in Port Harcourt, but I'll be traveling out soon. That's why I chose to join the online induction. So I probably will not be available when the team is in Port Harcourt for the induction. So that's why I chose this one now.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you. Who is?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Democratic Republic of Congo have been invited by Dr. Emmanuel Umaru to
All right. Thank you very much, Linguda from Democratic Republic of Congo. joining to witness the induction of Dr. Emmanuel Umaru. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Any other person? I'm seeing for here. Yeah.
Good day, family. I'm Prophet Selenke Glory from Bamenda. I'm here to witness the ceremony of Reverend Dr. Umaru.
Thank you very much, Prophet Glory. It's a pleasure to have you. Any other person?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am Reverend Jinju Martin from Douala, Cameroon. I'm here to witness the induction ceremony of Dr. Reverend Umaru. I'm one of his sons.
Oh, that's good. You are welcome, Pastor Martin. It's a pleasure to have you. Any
Thank
other
you, sir.
person?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm Dr. Joel from Russia. I'm here to witness Dr. Emmanuel Umaru.
All the way from Russia. Thank you. I hope very soon you will take the branch of this institution to Russia because we are expanding. Now, I hope that next time you also join us to be a member, and then you take it to Russia as well, so that we have peace between Russia and Ukraine.
Amen, sir. Amen.
All right.
Exactly.
That's good. All right. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you in our midst this morning. All right. Who is? Are we done with the introduction? All right. If we're done with the introduction, I see some people that have not introduced themselves. Dr. Songfor and Frederick.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Pastor Frederick from Bamenda. I'm witnessing the induction of Dr. Umaru.
That's right. You're welcome, Frederick. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, I welcome all of you, those of you that came to witness the induction of your loved ones. We really appreciate you for taking time to be part of this. I hope that as you are witnessing, Dr. Emmanuel will bring all of you to be part of this institution, and together we will be peers around the world. In fact, we already have a branch of the institute in Cameroon. So next time you will not be online, maybe you will join there and be inducted in Cameroon there physically. And then that will happen. I think that Dr. Emmanuel will make that possible. So thank you very much. And because he's one of those executives in Cameroon, and so I'm sure he's going to make that to happen. So thank you very much. The next item on our program or event is the welcome address by the Zonal Vice President, Southeast, Dr. Oke Teodowogo. Please, Doc, the floor is open for you to welcome this great man in this meeting today.
Thank you, Mr. Ristra. Good morning, peace ambassadors. This day marks a very eventful day in the history as we induct our online inductees this 15th day of March 2025. Mr. President, Registrar and Council, our inductees this day, I welcome you all to the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. It's an institute that is registered nationally in Nigeria and internationally also with the relevant world bodies. We have done a couple of inductions all over Nigeria, and by the grace of God, we'll begin to commence inductions in the West African sub-region and globally as well. Honestly, God has been helping us in the course of induction of peace ambassadors and also in the execution of peace programs. Severally, we have held peace outreaches, programs in Abuja, Nigeria, and in notable places of the country. PORTHARCOURT, Lagos, ENUGU, Kano, the list is endless. And we still feel that we've not even started doing much because there is space for us to do more. That's why we have enlarged our doors, making our institute open to all peace-minded individuals who are currently doing something for peace or who would want to do something for peace in the nearest future. We want to assure you that in this very institute, we have notable men and women of caliber in the society. In this association, we have senior advocates of Nigeria. In this association, we have senior pastors, imams, bishops of churches. In this very institute, we have the police, the military, in fact, men from the whole security outfit, security personnel in the country. I was opportune personally to be invited for a program in Calabar 2 years ago by a young captain that we inducted in our PORTHARCOURT induction program. He invited me to go to speak in a conference organized by security operatives. And we still believe that most of you will have such opportunity of being invited under the auspices of this very institute to go address on some national and international issues. It might be obvious to also note that by August here, by the connection of our able registrar, Ambassador Tahule, I was invited to speak to Association of International Counselors at a university in ABUJA State. That program will hold by August, but the invitation came early this year. We're going to speak to them on peace at the national and international level. So this institute has gone far. We've been collaborating with universities, University of PORTHARCOURT, most universities outside Nigeria. We are also in affiliation with a lot of other institutes also. We are not working alone. We're in affiliation with Institute of Humanitarian and Disaster Management. So this is an institute where people that want to move forward with life should join. And I'm glad you are one of those people. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting your time, you are welcome to this day's induction activity, this induction program. And I wish you well as we induct you, that you begin to do positive things and make the world the way God created it from the beginning. Thank you for coming, and God bless you.
All right, Doc, thank you very much for that wonderful welcome address.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, Jen, where is our so that's fine. So, Doctor, I want to sincerely appreciate you for that wonderful welcome address. And just to add to it, like the Institute is expanding. Recently, we have trained our country executives. We have Cameroon. We have started in Cameroon. We have Zambia. We have Ethiopia. We have Kenya. We have Lesotho. We have Rwanda. So we have started in several countries in Africa. We have finished training with them. We have commissioned them. So they'll be starting their operation very, very, very soon. Most of them are working on how to regularize the institution in their country so that they can operate without hitches. So this is what they are working on now. So some of them have had their first meetings already, and they are doing well. They are taking the right step to make sure that things, get institutionalized in their own countries, and then operation commence as soon as possible. So I sincerely want to appreciate the Governing Council and their support, what they have been supporting the Institute to do so far. We have been doing a lot of things, free trainings are ongoing, and then this month we'll be going out to also identify with the people that are doing Ramadan. And so this is just one way of impacting our society. We understand a lot is involved, but we will continue to do our bits. And then by the time you also are doing it in your own countries, it will make the effort to go global. And then the agenda for global peace will be achieved. So thank you once again for being part of this meeting. So the next item is the induction lecture. And this induction lecture is going to be done by our amiable Vice President, Dr. Oke Theodonwogo. Theodonwogo is a lecturer in one of the universities in Nigeria here, and that is Gregory University, Otu in Abia State. He has been so vocal and outstanding in the institute. We have been sending him on several errands that he has mentioned some of them. So he has been so active, in fact, very, very active, in not just advising, but also participating to make things happen. As I'm speaking with you now, he will be with us in PORTHARCOURT. He will still be with us in ENUGU for the physical inductions. That is how active and proactive he is. Anytime, any day we'll call him, he's always available. So I would like to welcome him as he, carry out the induction lecture today. And so as you enjoy the lecture, at the end of the day, you ask him questions, he will answer, and then you also can make contribution, and then we'll move forward. Thank you very much, Doc. The floor is open for you for the presentation.
Thank you, sir. Our topic this morning is practice of peace, the building, by peace ambassadors. And it's meant for the inductees of today's induction event. I still remain your friend, Ambassador Oke Theodonwogo. Peace building, it entails the development of constructive personal, group, and political relationships across ethnic, religious, class, and national boundaries. I will be summarizing because we have it on soft copy as our director of training will send it across to you. So I'll be very brief so that I wouldn't stay beyond 25, 30 minutes. Now, peace building aims at averting and resolving injustice in non-violent ways and to transform the structural conditions that generate deadly conflict. The concept of peace building is developed by one-time Secretary General of United Nations, Boutros Boutros-Ghali, in 1992. And peace building since then has, garnered a lot of theoretical support. People have developed it. It has become a concept in peace education, peace studies, and conflict resolution. Peace building can be categorized into two. We have pre-conflict peace building and post-conflict peace building. You will understand that anything pre means before, and anything post means after. Pre in the sense that it's good to avert conflict, and so you do all you can to avert it. But post-conflict peace building comes in to resolve the people that have already been involved in conflict. We know certainly, as many writers have said, that conflict is inevitable. So, Rachel 1997 has this to say, that that pre-conflict peace building includes such measures like demilitarization, the control of small arms, it system. It also involves the monitoring of human and persons and personnel in society. I don't know the country you are from. Here in Nigeria, we have little conflicts here and there. And you will agree with me, for those of you from Africa, especially West Africa, there are also some little conflicts here and there. And so post-conflict peace building is very crucial in Africa. You wouldn't say because conflict has already begun, you throw in the towel and say, well, anytime it likes, let it end. Now, actions which support political, economic, social, and military measures, and also structures aiming to strengthen and solidify political settlement in order to redress the causes of conflict are all involved in peace building. These mechanisms aim to identify and support structures that tend to consolidate peace. Anytime you are involved in putting together the mechanisms to intensify and support structures that consolidate peace, then you are into peace building. It advances a sense of confidence and well-being and a sense of support to economic reconstruction. So economic reconstruction is also part and parcel of peace building, because economy is the foundation of most of the things we do in society. Now, pre-conflict peace building is a kind of early warning mechanism. I told you earlier, it goes with the word pre, before. Early warning mechanism to monitor conflict triggers or catalysts and address the underlying root sources of conflict. So pre-conflict peace building addresses the root sources of conflict, which may be considered as latent, is not so obvious, is not manifest, is not seen, is latent, is hidden. And so pre-conflict peace building is very powerful. Now, it means a proactive process that requires identification of conflict incidences. Still talking about pre-conflict peace building. It involves in analysis of conflict structure, conflict actors, and conflict trends, and also gets involved in adoption of relevant responses and management mechanisms, that bring about restoration of trust and confidence of conflict parties. This was said by IDASA 2004. Is an appropriate methodology. It has also engendered a lot of empirical data to evaluate the descriptive, explanatory, and the predictive, nature of conflict. It covers both power theory, helps us to also grow our scientific knowledge, in disproving certain theories that had earlier on existed, in peace building. When we understand pre-conflict peace building, there are certain war theories, there are certain outdated theories that we may not subscribe to anymore. Because sometimes some theories claim that we should wait for conflict to happen, before we manage it. But we have come to know, as I told you, that Boutros Ghali developed this concept. We've come to also know that conflict can be managed proactively. There could be pre-conflict peace pre-conflict peace building. Okay. According to Albert 2001, peace building is an art of repairing relationships, repairing institutions, repairing social facilities, and putting into place schemes that can help the disputing communities to be united once again. There is a state in Nigeria, let me digress a little, that is having some issues right from the inception of the current leadership of that state. Nigeria had their election some months ago, and a new president was sworn in with some state governors. This particular state in the South has been having problems. And there is this notable minister of the federal government of Nigeria that is heating up the polity, you know. Now, if he is sincere, he should be repairing relationships. But he is heating up he's creating a hot seat for the incumbent governor. Some Nigerians here know what I'm talking about. So such a person cannot be called a peace builder. Okay. In peace building, there are dimensions to it. We have peacemaking, we have peacekeeping. The military gets involved into it. We have also peace building. Okay, these are the compartments of peace building. But note that before the concept of peace building came up, peacemaking has been there for ages. It has been there in the holy writs, the scriptures, both the Islamic and Christian scriptures, peacemaking. The Bible says that blessed are the peacemakers. They will be called the sons of God. Now, peacekeeping has also been there. You could remember ECOMOG. Peacekeeping is by force. When you hear peacekeeping, it goes with force. And some people jokingly say that one that is with a God cannot generate peace until this peace building came up. And that's why all over the place, even in the military, in religious institutions, peace building has taken over. What peacemaking, peacekeeping, and other aspects of peace have not been able to do. And we want to encourage it in all our institutes. Peace building is important. It's both proactive, is also reactive. Now, peace building involves the addressing not only the triggers, not only those things that trigger conflict, it also goes beyond it. You know, the triggers are the immediate variables that mechanize the outbreak of any armed conflict. Peace building does not only stop at those triggers. It goes beyond it to handle situations that are involved in conflict itself and situations that emanate after conflict. So peace situation in Nigeria states has remained more fragile, you know, it's very, very fragile. And we need viable peace building measures as a primary responsibility of everybody. And those of you in other aspects, other parts of Africa will agree with me that Africa is becoming too fragile. You know, Africa is too much into self-annihilation, self-extinction. You begin to wonder why a people would want to go out of existence. We are no longer talking about colonialism now, but this is a situation where brother is killing brother, sister is killing sister. The same ethnic group, the same racial group is a big problem. Okay. The reading of history will let us know that war, that with its never-ending recital of wars that were long and bloody and often fatal, you know, with the realization of how many ruined lives that those wars have encountered, we will agree that peace is all we need. Somebody said jokingly that war can be predicted, but the outcome of war cannot be predicted. That's why it's not good to allow war to happen. War could have been prevented by patience, by information, and fair dealing. That's true. Peace building manifests at several stages, both at pre and post-conflict stages, as I've been talking all the while. The practice of peace building alludes, it agrees, it asserts to the ways of introducing restoration of peace and by exploring reconciliatory routes. So, peace ambassadors, please go into peace building at the end of this lecture, at the end of your induction. Do all you can. It's never too late, it's never too early. Peace building as a concept, I would say, has multifarious interpretations, but all of them are also subsumed in ideas or principles that are connected with a peaceful coexistence. No matter the way you look at it, it all ends up in peaceful coexistence. Peace building is most often used to describe the work that has peace-enhancing outcomes. There are a series of approaches in managing, resolving, and transforming emerging conflicts. There is wonderful peace-building action activity that the president of Nigeria did something very powerful. State Assembly wanted to go into impeachment of their speaker, whatever reason. The president, calmed the situation, spoke to them, and they handling care constituencies that put them in power. But example like South, so they have forgotten the reason why they are there, and they are deliberate issues apart from lawmaking and taking care of their constituencies. So in the Lagos example, the president is a and I'm treated also better to go in peace. That's our state. Peace building is a concept. I've talked about the actions. The way you look at it, it's all peaceful coexistence. Peace building, United Nations cardinal models. I told began from there. It's a peace process. I'm not joking with it, United Nations. Peace building manifests at several stages. We have talked about pre and post. It's most often used to describe any work that has peace-enhancing outcome. I've already said it. Now, let me be rounding off. There are a series of approaches in managing, resolving, or transforming emerging conflict in this contemporary era by putting efforts to peace-building propensities, activities, actions. Peace building does not only take care of triggers, don't forget, but addresses both the root cause and true and that will lead to peaceful coexistence. Whatever thing you do with peace building, make sure it is sustainable. If it is not sustainable, it's not peace building. It's just for the moment, and after some time it fizzles away, it's not peace building. Remember, it is first and foremost a building. It's called building. Nobody will want to build something and it collapses a day after. From the ending of Cold War, you will remember what happened between USSR and the USA. It witnessed a resurgence of nationalism and ethnic identity between America and USSR. And peace scholars started talking about resultant conflicts, that will lead to unrestrained globalization of capitalism. America was able to dismantle the Soviet group I think in 1991. And all the subservient states to USSR are now free nations on their own. No. There are concerted efforts being made all over the world to build peace across the globe. If it is done, then there will be no, if it's not done, actually, there will be no conflict settlement. If peace building is not done, it's not backed upon, there won't be conflict settlement. Without peace, as the denominator, as the foundation, there will be no peacekeeping, there will be no peacemaking, there will be no peace settling, and peace building itself won't work. So for you to get involved in the process of restoration of peace, make sure you want to build peace, and all you will do will end up in building peace. You know that in the process of building peace, there are certain hidden people who may want to gain from the conflict. They'll present themselves as peace builders, but in the secret, they are the ones fueling the conflict. They may want to sell their arms. They may want to sell their ideology. They may want to sell their religion. They may want to sell whatever thing they want to sell, but they will come pretending and professing peace building. So it's very important for those that are involved in conflict, for instance, Russia and Ukraine, to be sincere to themselves that they want the conflict to be settled. They may do it without involving too many third parties who may create more problems to them than peace building. Now, peace can be generated through various means, which may include peace workshops, negotiation, or through a choice of conflict handling styles. The subtitle is conflict handling style, please, not just conflict style, it's conflict handling styles. Could be through workshops, as we're having it now, negotiations. It could be through peace practitioners or interveners, adopting a shift from a negative peace to positive peace. As you keep learning, attending our workshops, you will come to realize that there is, negative peace, there is positive peace. When a certain peace is, brought by force, just like peacekeepers do, that thing is negative peace. It doesn't last, it doesn't stay long. It might fizzle off when the conditions for bringing it has fizzled off. But we want positive peace. And positive peace is when you allow conflicting parties to settle it themselves, speaking out, making reconciliations, laying down some demands, dropping some conditions here and there so that there won't be losers, there won't be gainers at the expense of the other person. Now, you will also go into capacity building, which is a consistence of a wide range of activities associated with capacity building, reconciliation, and also societal transformation. All of these are part and parcel of capacity building. If you're going into peace building, remember it's a long-term process. That's why it's a long-term process. It's not something, if you do it short-term process, you may end up getting negative peace, which the soldiers all over Africa, it's just a negative peace. It's emergency peace, peacekeeping. You use guns, you use arms, to settle conflicting parties. And they'll pretend to live in peace until the same reason for which they were in conflict comes up again, they will start. So peace building is a long-term process which occurs after violent conflict has subsided or ended. Let's go into dimensions of peace building. I'm into slide 24, so that we'll round off quickly. Dimensions of peace building. I'll end up very fast. There are structural dimensions of peace building, which centers on social conditions that promotes okay, all right. We've handled the noise now. It handles issues of violent conflict. There are certain social conditions that promote violent conflict. So when you focus on those conditions structurally, like institutions, like parties, like associations, so you focus on them to either scrap them or regulate them. If you don't do that, they will promote violent conflict. In Nigeria, for example, I'll give you an instance. My country, Nigeria, is at the point where ethnic nationalities now have their ethnic groups. The Southeast has Johannese. The Core North has the Arewa. The Southwest has Ududua. The Middle Belters have their own. The South-South, the minorities in the South-South have their own. Now, if government does not, structure these institutions, does not regulate them, they can even promote violent conflicts. But we know that there are advantages that they have. For example, when government is neglecting a particular ethnic nationality, those groups can call the attention of the government. But sometimes it's also good to give them, allow them to have principles within which they can operate and give them boundaries where they will not pass. So sustainable peace is a product of societal, economic, and political opportunities, excuse me, on equal terms, which take care of needs of parties, armed conflict situations, which are hinged on systemic roots. Now, those ethnic groups I mentioned in Nigeria, for example, came up. Those of us in Nigeria, we know, came up because of the failures of governments of the past. Most of our governments have become too nepotism. You put a government into power, he focuses on his ethnic nationality alone. And so the other groups do not have any other thing, any option than to come to consolidate. And that's the beginning of ethnic nationalities. In the 1980s, it wasn't like that. When we had the first executive president of Nigeria, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, it wasn't like that because he was an open-minded president. But several other subsequent presidents became too nepotistic. So these other nationalities have no option than to come up together. So peace builders should be mindful of this instance I've given so that they will not hit the polity. There are systemic root causes, of conflict. They are very complex. It may include skewed land distribution. When you skew the land distribution is not equal. Boundary, for instance, is the government, diabolically, the government deliberately cheats a particular nationality by using the land accrued to another state or nationality and give it to another. It can cause conflict. It may include skewed land distribution, environmental degradation in the south side of Ogoni's and most other places in the south of Nigeria have serious environmental degradation owing to the oil exploration by the Nigerian state. And they've been abandoned like that. If you go to this place I mentioned, they give you water, you won't be able to drink it. The water tastes like petrol. So government owes them environmental cleansing, environmental, handling, so to speak. conflict can equally come as a result of unequal political representation. All over Africa, we have seen this, you know, unequal political representation is all over Africa. For you to have a sustainable and positive peace, the root cause of conflict should be attended to, either directly or involving third-party mediators. You know, considerable energy should be geared towards analyzing the structural causes of conflict. Government should be sincere in doing this. Know the structural cause of conflict and handle it. You know, like that example I gave you of the South-South governor presently going through hot seat, you know, under a particular minister. We know the reason is that the present minister put him into power. The present minister used him to replace himself when the present minister was a governor. So he felt that the young man will enter there and represent him very well and be taking orders from him. But the young man reneged. The young man disappointed him. The young man said, no, I won't be a stooge to you. And ever since then, the young man has been going through, when I'm saying the young man, I mean the current governor now, is going through serious attack from the minister of the federal capital. So this is one of the things, if we are sincere, look at the root cause. This person wants this person to be his political grandson. And this person say, no, you will not be my political grandfather. I have people in my state to be accountable to. We should be sincere. Okay. The democratic structure should be put in place so that we have a viable democratic structure. There should be independent judiciary. Is judiciary in your nation, is it independent? Well, it's a topic for another time. Good governance should be encouraged, and respect for human rights and peace-enduring attitudes should be promoted. In Africa, I heard that certain young men were sentenced to, I think, the Republic of Congo. You know, several of them. And I was weeping. I said, how can a nation be destroying their youths like this? They said the young people wanted to oust the president, wanted to overthrow their president, you know, but there are other ways they could be punished. You know, number one question I have for them is, did you pass through appropriate judicial process? Were their matter handled appropriately through the mechanism of David, because they wanted to oust a military governor or whatever. Is it a death sentence? Some of them were underage. I saw some of them that were 16 years of age. Couldn't life imprisonment be okay? Some of them needed to be rehabilitated, even though they were asked to hold arms to overtake their government. So this is what Africa should sit down and settle. But I was told also that 2 American citizens that lured those young people into this act were sent home. Africa should wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Africa should stop destroying their future leaders. Okay. Achievement of positive peace. The parties should have perception about each other with an aim of achieving positive and enduring peace and harmony, which must guarantee respect for mutual needs of both parties. Personal intervention of peace building should also focus on desired changes at individual level. Excuse me. Individuals involved in conflict should know what they want before they ever involve a mediator. Sometimes mediators do as commercial people. At times mediators come to sell or come to buy, but they come with mediation and deceive the conflict parties and be making under their conflict. So it is good for individuals to initiate peace-building processes so that they will be appropriate, they will enjoy any healing process available. Finally, conclusion. It's important to encourage peace rather than war. anywhere we find ourselves. It's good to encourage peace. It's good to encourage peace building and all peaceful processes of bringing about peaceful reconciliation anywhere we find ourselves than war. War is dangerous. War is, and you will not predict the end of war. What we can predict is when it began. Nobody can predict the outcome of war. Even those who initiated the end of it. So I want to encourage all of us to go into peace building at the end of our induction service today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening, and you're welcome.
All right, Doc, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. We appreciate you for your always meeting on with time and other expectations. We sincerely appreciate you, the knowledge you share with us this morning. And so we're going to give rooms for questioning and our contribution. If you have any question you want Doc to, say more or to clarify, you ask it, and then you direct it to him so that he can answer it. Or if you have any contributions just to add to what he has said based on your experience or based on your understanding, you can still go ahead and make your own contributions. So the room is open. We have just, let's say 3 to 5 minutes to do that. Thank you very much. Question? Have any question you ask? Have any contribution you want to make, you make. Are there questions? Are there contributions? Are there observations?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah,
Yes.
Chimeko Augustine from Zaria.
All right, sir, you're welcome.
Mine is not really a question. Just to thank him for a good presentation. And also, maybe we should ask ourselves, this conflict between the teeth and the tongue, who can explain to us how these things are being settled between the teeth and the tongue? Because after the teeth go and bite the tongue. So how do they settle it? So to me, I see from what he has presented, I think we all need this peace. Both parties that have this conflict must agree for peace first before we can go in. Because if they don't agree for peace, I don't think we'll be able to settle it. But if the teeth and the tongue have not agreed for peace, I think the best is to let them fight on first. When they are tired, you can come in and settle the peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So the tongue and the teeth, so they should respect their jurisdiction. If the tongue is moving anyhow and the teeth bat it, it's the tongue that will cry. So we should learn how to respect our jurisdictions, and but I think Doc will provide more to that. So, but Doc, is there any other contribution, any question? Well, Doc, do you have anything to say concerning that matter? If you have, just hear it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. His observation is good. But then we as peace ambassadors wait until when the tongue bites when the teeth bites the tongue. Because you know that during conflict situation, the two people involved in conflict have their senses removed. Everybody wants to gain. Everybody wants the other person to lose. Everybody wants to gain. So conflict, you just imagine yourself now when you are, you can know the way you behave when you are angry. You can break plates, you can break cups, but when your anger disappears, you say, oh, why did I behave so foolishly? Why did I break this cup now? So that's why peace ambassadors should come in. Let them know why they should live in peace. We will not allow them to be tired as our father senses. They may not live to be tired. One of them might die as a result of the conflict. So I know that we cannot go to keep peace like the soldiers would do in peacekeeping, but advantages of war. Let them see reason. Let the person that is erring see where he is erring. Let the person see where he should do more. As you open up their eyes as a mediator, they will be able to see, oh, I'm the one that is at fault. Then the teeth and the tongue will not respect themselves. So peace ambassadors, go in and do something so that teeth and tongue will respect. Don't allow them to be tired, because to be tired means one more. And usually, you know that it is the tongue that will. I remember one day I used my teeth to bite my tongue. It wasn't a good experience.
Funny.
I didn't like myself. So peace ambassadors, don't wait until they are tired, because one person might be the victim, and we wouldn't want anybody to be a victim. We want them to settle and leave. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Doc. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
there are sometimes when individuals wants to fight initially and you want to settle them, sometimes it makes it very difficult for you to settle them. Because everybody is still exercising their strength. They still feel that they are capable to fight. So when you want to separate them, you see that someone will say, leave him, let him come, I will kill him. Let him come. Everybody should say, let him come, I will show him. So by the time you allow them now to go small and you come in again, someone must have feel some things, and then we adjust position. I get a point now. Even if he's saying that let him allow him to come, he's going, he's not standing in one place and saying he's just going back small. So sometimes it's like that. That's why the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, initially they wanted to do something. All those efforts that we made at the early stage of the conflict to stop the conflict, it did not work. But now you see, everybody is clamoring for peace, because they have seen that a lot has happened. Everybody has suffered. Both countries have suffered devastating destruction and damages. So they are all willing to embrace peace. And I think that's how it should be. So sometimes if the parties to the conflict claims to be adamant, just excuse them a bit. At the time, because that's why in conflict analysis, we talk about the issue of timing. Timing is also matters. Sometimes if you want to intervene, there are stages that you can intervene early and stop conflict from happening. If you hear the United States of American President Trump, he said that assuming he was in power, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine wouldn't have happened. Do you understand? So those at early stages, if we're able to intervene, it works. But once the conflict escalates into, to becoming armed conflict, at that stage, it will take a lot of efforts to stop it. So that is what happens. So the timing matters. So you should determine at what time you should come in. Maybe if it's still in a matter of argument, you can come in at that stage and be able to, settle it. But once it starts bombing and all of those things, missiles throwing, until somebody suffers the impact of that before they are willing to embrace a path of peace. So timing also matters when it comes to intervention and mediation. So thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay, I think we should move forward. The time allocated for that is gone. So Janet, return our program or event. Let's see what is there. Okay. So the next item now is membership conferment on the peace ambassadors. We are going to display the list and the names of those that are going to be inducted today. So we'll call their names. If they are here, they will answer and respond. And then, of course, the vice president will officially declare them inducted, and then they will take oath of allegiance, and then from there we'll progress. So, Janet, can you display those the lists and their pictures, those that were inducting today? All right. So we'll be calling them one after the other. So if you are here in the meeting, you answer so that we'll know that you are here. One of the inductees from Nigeria, Mr. Augustine Gidi Oibe Chiemeke. So
yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. What am I seeing here?
Bien, on corrige encore un exercice avant de continuer.
Then we have one of our inductees, Mr. Sespan Joy Masisa. He's going to be inducted as a full member from Lesotho. He is also country coordinator in Lesotho. Sir, you are welcome. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks. I'm here.
You're welcome, sir. Let's have you.
Thank you.
Then we have Mr. Stanley Tekumbo Mbe. He's going to be inducted as a fellow member from Nigeria. So are you here? Mr. Stanley is not here. Let's move forward. So we have Dr. Omaro Emmanuel is going to be inducted as a doctoral fellow from Cameroon. He's also one of our executives from Cameroon. Sir, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm around.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Then we have Dr. Victor Bassi is going to be inducted as a doctoral fellow. He's from Nigeria. So are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you very much.
I'm here.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Then we have Mr. Akimbola Bola Ojo is going to be inducted as a doctoral fellow from Nigeria. So are you here? Mr. Akimbola Bola Ojo, are you here? All right. Let's go to the next person. We have Mr. Jolie Samuel from Nigeria is going to be inducted as a senior member. Mr. Samuel, are you here?
I'm present, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Then we have Ambassador Dr. James A. Olugbo Homi, associate member from Nigeria.
Yes, present, sir.
Thank you, sir. Then we have Reverend Dr. Jimmy J. Olugbade, Associate Member from Nigeria. So are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then we have Mrs. Okibe Sarah Adimoni Ma. Unfortunately, she's not here, but she's from Ghana. She lost the mom this morning, earlier hours of this morning. So I believe she's not here. She'll not be able to join. So we pray that God will give her the fortitude to go through the period of her loss. Sorry about that. Any other person? Next person. Mr. Apochi Ademu Ochila from Nigeria, senior members. Are you here?
Yes, I'm on board. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. That's all right. So these are the people that we are inducting here for the online induction. Some of them, there were many that applied for it, but they were not able to fulfill their fee responsibilities because their membership induction fees that they needed to pay. So some of them were not able to meet up. So, and unfortunately, we cannot induct them today. Maybe we induct them in a later time, or they can join the physical induction and be part of it. So, the vice president, these are the people that we are inducting here today. We are going to induct them based on their various categories, and also they are going to be certified as a global peace ambassadors. This is the title that we are going to designate them today with, the title of a certified global peace ambassadors. So I'm going to give you the room to declare the authority vested on you as the Vice President of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management representing the Southeast to declare them inducted. Thank you, sir. Dr. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you, Registrar, sir.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of the President of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, Dr. Adetumba Oludotun, and the council members of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, this day, the 15th day of March 2025, I welcome all of you into the ambassadorial cadre and also different levels of your induction and membership into the prestigious Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. And I want to encourage you that we are in support of you in all your programs regarding peace. I also, on behalf of the Institute, welcome you and ask you to go ahead with your programs and projects of peace globally, internationally, locally, and the Institute is with you. We also permit you from today onwards to attach all that we have written in the certificates as an acronym that will be attached to your name as you mention your name anywhere in the world. We recognize you as a peace ambassador, and we will also work with you to achieve the purpose for which you join us as an institute. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the council, members of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, I declare all of you statutorily inducted into the institute. You're welcome once again, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you for exercising your authority as the Zonal Vice President of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. This is just our online induction. This is the first for this year. And we will be having our physical induction next month by April 5th, we'll be in Lagos. The following week, we'll be in Port Harcourt. The following week, we will be in ENUGU. And the following week, we will be in ABUJA. That is in May. First week of May, we'll be in ABUJA for ABUJA induction. And I think Anambra also want to host their first induction in the Southeast. So maybe we'll also be in Anambra by May 10th for their own induction as well. So let's hope that these inductions will go on well without hitches. And for those of you that have people that you want to recommend for those physical induction, you can recommend them to join for the physical induction. So let's go for the next item on the program of the event, Janet. So the next item here is the administration of oath of allegiance by the registrar of the Institute, Ambassador Joshua Tahuli. We are going into the oath of allegiance now. So why Janet displays since you don't have a copy, you'll be reading according to what I'll be saying to you from the list here. I hope you can see it. If you cannot see it, you just wait. When I read, you say after me, and then together we go through it. The oath of allegiance of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. Once you have taken this oath, you have sworn to the Institute and the leadership of the Institute that you are going to be, you are going to be responsible, and you are going to be active, and you are going to abide by the Constitution and the Code of Conduct of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, wherever you find yourself, and that you're also going to join your various state chapters, because after here, we are going to, send you to your various state chapters. And if you're in any state where we don't have a chapter yet, you will, help to mobilize people there so that you can also start a chapter in your state. All right. Please, let's mute our mic. Now I'm going to ask you to unmute your mics for those of you that are going to be inducted today. If you are here to witness the induction, don't unmute yourself. Only those that are going to be inducted are permitted to unmute themselves and repeat after me for this oath of allegiance. So you see there's an I and dash, 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 dash. So you say I, and then you call your name. I, Ambassador Tahuli Joshua. Are you getting a point now? So you put your name in that space. So you say after me, I,
Ambassador Dr. James Augustine.
It's okay. So once you call your name, you hold on. Once you call your name, you hold on. Then we'll continue together. You'll be saying after me. All right. So I do solemnly swear that.
Solemnly swear
that.
As a member of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management.
As a member of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management.
I shall be responsible and active.
I shall be responsible and active.
Individually and collectively.
Collectively.
I shall work to promote and defend peace.
I shall work and promote and defend peace.
I shall work to defend the cause of the vulnerable persons.
I shall work to defend the cause of the vulnerable persons.
I shall be a voice to the voiceless.
I shall be a voice to the voiceless.
I will not support and encourage evil.
I will not support and encourage evil.
I will not sponsor terror, neither condone it.
I will not sponsor terror, neither condone it.
I understand that.
I understand
that
community peace is a component of global peace.
Community peace is a component of global peace.
I therefore commit to community peace.
I therefore commit to community peace.
I shall be a true agent and ambassador of peace in my community.
I shall be a true agent and ambassador of peace in my community.
I shall not constitute a threat to peace.
I shall not
constitute a threat to peace.
I shall not accept injustice and condone crime.
I shall not accept injustice or condone crime.
I owe myself and my country a duty to be peaceful.
I owe myself and my country a duty to be peaceful.
Regardless of my profession and calling.
Regardless of my profession and calling.
In my professional and personal interests.
In my professional and personal interests.
I shall conduct myself peacefully and justly.
I shall conduct myself peacefully and justly.
I know that.
I know that.
My membership is subject to renewal and removal.
My membership is subject to renewal and removal.
Yes, what that means is that we are giving you a license. The license will be due after 2 years, and you are expected to renew your membership for your license for your membership to be relevant. If you do not renew your license, it means that your membership will no longer valid, because it's only when you carry a valid license that your membership is also valid. So your license will be due after 2 years, and then you pay a certain renewal fee, and then it will be renewed. So that's what it means. So, and if you do not do this, you will be, you'll be subject to removal from the membership of the institute. So that's what it means. So I shall update my membership annually, and I will do no such thing.
I shall update membership annually,
and I will do no such thing
that will render my membership status delisted.
That will render my membership status delisted.
Before we proceed, let me clear something here. We say that I shall update my membership annually. It's no longer annually, it's biannually. Before it was annually, but we have changed the policy for this year. So we just need to update this, our auto allegiance as well. So I need to clear it so there will be no confusion. So when the institute or the leadership of the institute,
leadership of the institute
calls on my skills and professional experience,
calls on my skills and professional experience,
I shall oblige faithfully and sacrificially.
I shall oblige faithfully and sacrificially.
So if the institute call you to go and represent the institute at the United Nations based on your skills or experience or maybe qualification, or at the United Nations or at the African Union or at ECOWAS or anywhere in your community or in your country, if we call you to represent us, do something for us there, please be willing to accept it. Like some of you are already country coordinators. The institute is calling on you to be the eye in that country to make sure that peace activities are going there. So these are things that come with, heavy responsibility and sacrifice. Some of you that have accepted it, you understand the enormous responsibility. When we're going through the training, you understand what it means. So this is what we're talking about here. So from time to time, the institute may call on your experience, your skills, and this is what is expected of you. So I shall work for the vision and mission of the institute in my state and country.
I shall work for the vision and mission of the institute in my state and country.
To help the institute achieve our goals.
To help the institute achieve our goals.
And
to help the institute to achieve.
And not for its destruction.
And not for its destruction.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Destruction.
So it has been considered that you have, by these declarations, it has been considered that you have taken an oath to be a faithful member of the Institute and also be involved in the activities of the Institute. So for those of you that, like I said before, that we have chapters of the Institute functioning in your state, after this meeting, we are going to connect you with the chapter officials, and they are going to, integrate you in their state chapter. You will start participating in their meeting as an inducted member of the Institute, all right? So you will begin to participate in the activities of the Institute in your chapter. And then at the national level, whenever we're having a national activity that concerns all the chapters or country offices, you are going to also participate. And for those of you that are going to start the chapters or the country offices, you are just starting. I'm making reference to Dr. Emmanuel and Mr. Espen. Those of you that are here officially being inducted today, some of your officials have been inducted before, and I hope that you are going to work together as a team to promote this institution and its vision in your various countries, and we achieve global peace together as we progress. So I sincerely congratulate all of you for your induction today. And now you have been inducted, your license and your certificates are going to be processed. All right. So for those of you that are outside Nigeria, we are going to send you the soft copy of the certificates. After we process them, we'll send them to you in a soft copies format. But if you know that you have the resources to pay for the courier charges, we can send the hard copies to you, to your country, and you collect it there. All right. But if not, you can still maintain the soft copies. You can print them from your end. But we have a special paper that we use to print our certificates. But if you're outside Nigeria and you don't have the resources to pay for the courier charges, you can hold on. Maybe anytime there is opportunity, it can be given to you. The hard copies will be given to you as well. But if you know you can sponsor it, why not? We'll send you your hard copies and you get them in your country. But for those of you that are in Nigeria, we are not going to give you the soft copies. We are not going to give you the soft copies. We're going to give you the hard copies of the certificate. So wherever you are in Nigeria, we will print the certificate. We will send it through either public transport going to your area or courier, depends on the choice you want. So that it will not be too expensive for you. If courier is too expensive for you, we use public transport. It will get to you and you collect your certificate. But if you don't need that, but we are going to make it easy for you. Once we print the certificate, once we are going for physical induction in Lagos, for those of you that are in the southwest zone of Nigeria, we'll drop your certificate with our Lagos chapter. So you will find a way to pick it from them. And then if you are in the south, we drop it with the River State chapter, that is PORTHARCOURT chapter. And then they will get it to you, which is closer to you. And then if you are in the north central, you can pick it in our office in Abuja here. Or if you are in in the northeast or northwest, either we send it to you, because we are not going to have induction in your zone. We are going to send it to you, definitely. So this is like I'm talking to the person from Taraba now. We are going to send it to you. And the person from Zaria, we are going to send it to you. We have a chapter in Kaduna, but maybe they will have to come. If there's any need for them to be in Abuja, we can give it to them. They will deliver it to you. But if not, we'll send it to you directly through public transport and you pick it in Zaria. So this is how the certificates are going to be distributed, and you are going to be responsible for the courier or the transport fare that you are going to pay to collect it, because you did not give us that money. We did not charge you in the induction fee. So I think I have made that clear so that there will be no argument. And then, of course, for those of you that are yet to finish paying your induction fee, until you pay your induction fee before we send you your entitlement. If we're not yet complete your payment, we'll hold on. Even if we process them, we'll keep them with us until when you are done paying your membership fee that they can be released to you. So I hope, and that is cleared. So these are the things that are involved. So by and large, Janet, can you bring that program or event back? Let's see. So by and large, I want to discuss briefly with us the responsibilities of inducted members, because as an inducted member of the Institute, you have enormous responsibilities, because, you know, we are talking about peace, and peace is fragile. Do you understand? So it's not something that we'll be lazy about it. We have to work hard to, you know, maintain peace and also install peace in our various communities. So, and of course, you are not going to do it alone. You alone, you'll be weary out. So we have to go as a team. And that's called the points that we have to participate and identify with our various chapters so that we work as a team. So because you cannot do it you alone, but if we come together as members of the Institute, we can be able to do a lot for peace in our communities. You say in the oath of allegiance that you are committing to community peace. Let me tell you that there's nothing like global peace. It's only when we achieve peace in our communities that the whole globe will experience peace. It's only the peace we achieve in the community that can be transcended to what we refer to as global peace. All right. So in essence, by pursuing global peace agenda, it means that we are pursuing community peace agendas. Because once we achieve peace in our various communities, eventually global peace will come to actualization. Do you understand? It's a collective effort. That is the result of what we achieve in our various communities merged together that will give us that global peace agenda. Do you understand? So that is what we are looking at here. So you have responsibility to your immediate community to maintain peace. And then also that is, and starting from your family, from your home, you must be a peace ambassador in your home. All right. So if we come to notice that as a peace ambassador, you beat your wife or you maltreat your child and you do all of that, and it gets to us and we see it and we have seen it, we are going to delist you as a member of this institute because you are not qualified to be a peace ambassador. A peace ambassador is someone that is patient. A peace ambassador is someone that tolerates. A peace ambassador is someone that can endure. Do you understand? So if you don't have these virtues, and we notice that you are always causing trouble, even in the political arena, if you are participating in politics, conduct yourself peacefully. All right, because you know, sometimes you know how politicians behave desperately when their interest is at the stake. So no matter how your interest, how sticky your interest is, try as much as possible to conduct yourself in the conscious of your mind that you are a peace ambassador, and whatever action you are going to take in your desperation, it must be peaceful. All right. So, but by the time we begin to see an accusation of maybe an opponent being harmed, and you are in that election, we will ask you some questions. We will invite you for an investigation. Why is it that your opponent was hurt? Are you responsible for it? So we'll find out. And if we discover that you are responsible for it, we are going to remove you as a member of this institute. So that's what it is. So we are going to send a copy of the Constitution along with your certificate. All right, so that you see what the Constitution say, and then you see more of your responsibilities in the Constitution of the institute. So I want to stop here. When you see the Constitution, you see what is expected of you and what you are going to do. But most importantly, attend the meetings of your chapter, whether online or physical. Attend those meetings and contribute. Don't get the certificate and go and sit back. If you get the certificate and you go and relax, when it comes to the renewal of your license, you must get a report, a clearance letter from your chapter or from your country office for the renewal of your certificate before we renew your certificate or your license. If you do not do it, consider it that your certificate will remain dormant. And we're also considering to build an app for the institute. That app, you will see all the members of the institute who are active. You see on the app, you see their status. It will be active, active, active. Those are dormant. You see dormant, dormant. Do you understand? So you can monitor your progress on the app as well. So this is the next project we are going to execute as an institute. We are already discussing with somebody to build the app for us already. So these are the things that we're going to do. So please, let's be active in our various chapters. If you are not being active and you want your license to be renewed, we will not renew your license until it's confirmed from your chapter that you are active and you have been contributing, and also you have been up to date with whatever that is expected of you as a member of the institute. So we want to appreciate all of you for, Jenny, can I see that program of event again? So we want to appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's induction. Your induction is the beginning of new journey and more opportunities to come. We have an agenda that we are pushing as an institute. It may not manifest now quickly, but as we begin to build a network of chapters and country representatives, these things will eventually come out. We want to see whereby ambassadors of nations will be our members, as in peace ambassador, those high commissioners or ambassadorial appointments of various countries. We want our members to be taking those positions. Do you understand? We consider it as one of our major achievements when we see our members being appointed as ambassadors to represent countries, or to be considered in ECOWAS, or to be considered as ambassador of the United Nations, or the African Union representatives, or on a special envoys. We want to be seeing our members to be part of this. So it's responsibility not just on the institute as a body alone, but individually we must also position ourselves and must be taking steps towards this ambition. Do you understand? I do encourage our members to get involved in politics, not necessarily to go and contest election, but position yourself, be visible. Do you understand? So that if in case we write to the secretary, to the government of the federation, that, oh, we have our members that have been trained in international affairs and diplomacy that should be considered for, and then we are introducing a course, international affairs and diplomacy. We are offering it free as well. And then also we have the advanced aspect that can be paid for. So at least if you cannot pay for the advanced one, join the free training for the free one and also get knowledge. So we have people that we have trained. Can you consider them for high commissioner appointment, for ambassadorial appointment? Do you understand? And so if they ask us to submit a list, yes, there are people that will be considered based on their technocrats and maybe their expertise. And then there are some people that also will be considered based on their contribution in politics. Do you understand? So that's why we are saying that you should be active, be visible. You cannot contest election, but you can support somebody. Do you understand? You can just be around someone, and when the time comes and your name is submitted and it's being considered, no one will argue. Even the politician in your place must have seen you, must have identified you, and they are willing to support you and speak for you. Your senators are there to support you, to make sure you pass the screening, and then you are being considered for that position. So just make yourself available and visible. This is a big agenda we are having for the institute, and I believe that you will position yourself for this, because we will not force you to position yourself for this. You will yourself make effort to position yourself for this consideration. And so I want to sincerely welcome and encourage all of us for this great institute. Be active and be visible. So Janet, the last thing. So a response by the inductees. So we want to hear from you based on what has happened here today. And one of you should volunteer to say something so that we'll wrap up with this meeting. Thank you very much. From the inductees, one of you should volunteer to say something, and then we will wrap up this meeting this morning, please.
Good day, everyone. My name is now Ambassador Dr. Victor Bassi.
Good.
I want to appreciate God for this great opportunity. I'm really privileged to be a part of this great institution, and I believe all my fellow inductees share the same So I want to thank, first of all, the Almighty God for this wonderful opportunity. And then, secondly, Dr. Pardon me, the Vice President East, who inducted us, and then the Ambassador Joshua, or is it Joshua or?
Joshua, yes, Joshua.
Yes, Ambassador Joshua, who is the registrar, who has been keeping tabs with all of us. I remember several times he sent messages to me, or either himself or his office. So I want to thank you. And also all those who came in to witness. I think a lot of people came in to witness Reverend Dr. Emmanuel. He was a great man. So a lot of people came in to witness his induction. I want to thank them especially as well. And then also I want to thank the secretariat, everybody that works behind the scenes, to make sure that this day came to pass. And then finally, on behalf of my colleagues, I want to also thank our colleagues, those who made it possible, those who made it part of their schedule to be part of this online induction. I know some names were called and they were absent. And then I also want to, I want to pray that God will grant one of us who lost a mother the fortitude to bear the loss. So thank you all very much. I promise you that we will not take this certification and induction for granted, or this new, just a new addition to our names, but we work to make sure that global peace is realized, starting from our homes, to our communities, to our local governments, to our states, to our nation, to our sub-region, to our continent, and then globally. We'll take it to the ends of the world. Thank you very much. And, God bless every one of us as we embark on this gigantic experience at bringing peace to the world. I remember in the Garden of Eden, everything was peaceful. It was until a discord was found. And then that has plunged us onto this. So thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you all. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Ambassador Dr. Bassi Victor, for that wonderful response from the inductees. So before I give a vote of thanks, I sincerely want to acknowledge and commend the effort of the people that came to identify with Dr. Ambassador Dr. Emmanuel. You know, they have been here since from the beginning and they are still around. So I want to sincerely appreciate you. And we pray that very soon you yourself will make decisions to join Dr. Emmanuel as a member of the Institute, and then also be part of this institution and this vision as well. So we sincerely appreciate all of you for your time and sacrifice. For those of you that sacrifice money to be part of this institution and sacrifice your effort to be here to participate, we want to appreciate all of you. It's very short sacrifice at this stage in our country. Is because we have seen the level where the world is going, and we are committing ourselves that we must do something to see that we achieve peace and make peace possible in our communities. So you are committing yourself and your resources, and we appreciate all of you for taking that bold step to be members of this institute. And thank you very much. So from now in the next few weeks to come, you will be expecting your certificates and your license to send to you or to be delivered to you. So you get in touch with me. I have always been chatting with you, so you get in touch with me, and then once it is ready, we will send it to you, and then discuss with you on how we are going to send it, and then it will be sent to you. So there is not going to be any challenge at all. So thank you very much. And in case we send a certificate and it didn't get to you, we will be the ones to take responsibility and not you. So until it gets to you and everything is correct and intact, and you have confirmed that everything is correct and complete and intact, that we will know that we have settled you. But once it has not gotten to you, we are still responsible for it. And if anything happens to it, we will take responsibility. So that is it. So thank you very much. And from me, as the registrar and the secretary to the governing council, I sincerely congratulate all of you that have been inducted, and we look forward to work together to promote peace and also enjoy other benefits that may accrue to us personally in the course of being a member of this institute. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Right, sir. So this is the end of the